know what I would tell sellers out there today? I've had a couple of these calls over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and it has to do with refinancing. So people are calling me asking me where I think the rates are going to go. Okay, that's what everybody wants to know. Well, what the economists are saying is this. With inflation at such a high rate right now, we're having the highest rate of inflation we've had in 40 years. I mean, it is just going up there, really going up there. And they're saying that it's going to cost the average American about $3,600 more this year than the year before, just because of inflation. So when inflation happens, one of the tools that the Feds use are the interest rates to slow down the growth of inflation. That's also going to stabilize housing prices. You won't see those going up. But if you're thinking about refinancing, once the rates move up to those higher levels and you still have that inflation, you might not be able to get that rate that you have right now. So that's why one of my recommendations to people is to go ahead, submit your information to a lender and have all of that in place. So if the rates are right where you want them to be, go ahead and lock it in right now. Now you got to do some math now to figure it out. You got to do some math. My wife and I, we refinanced last year because we decided we wanted to get a below 3% interest rate on the remainder of our balance on our house. So we did some refinancing. We did the math. And once she did the math and showed me, I said, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this and get it done. You know, another cost of waiting is the accrual cost of doing so. You know, that's like, imagine you could refinance right now and drop your payments by an average of $150 a month. And you're doing the calculation, and you saying, well, I really would like to be able to drop it $200 a month. Well, the 200 may never come. But don't lose the 150 because of that. You know, if things go awry and they continue to drop, then you can refinance again down the road. But don't miss out on the opportunity to refinance right now if it makes sense for you. It's the prudent move for you to make to refinance, lock in these lower interest rates. And you know, a trick that some people are doing, Glenn, is they are locking in at the newer interest rate. And then they're switching from a 30 to a 15. So they can pay it off even quicker. And so that's one way of doing it. Another trick that people are using, if their mortgage balances are low enough, is they're taking out a HELOC and paying off their first. A HELOC is a home equity line of credit. Most people get a HELOC because they want to do some remodeling, or they want to consolidate, like pay off their car, all their credit cards. But another reason to get the HELOC is to pay off your first. If you got enough equity in there and you can switch to a HELOC, you can pay a HELOC off quicker than you can a traditional 30-year mortgage. So those are all reasons to do that. If you like a list of lenders that I use, that I recommend to use, whether you're looking at a HELOC or a traditional loan, or you just want to refinance, I'd be glad to turn you on to that list and even tell you who I use, you know. So feel free to give us a call at 407-654-2626 and just leave a brief message, or just text refinance and then text it to the 407-654-2626. And when we call you, we'll have all the information right at hand to help you.